and a trip to the Breeders' Cup at Gulfstream Park. ESPN2's presentation of the NTRA All-Star Jockey Championship is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Budweiser. Now is the perfect time to enjoy a brew-refreshed Beechwood-aged Budweiser. By the Daily Racing Form, America's turf authority since 1894. By the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go. And by Keeneland, source of the classic horse.
But as they turn for home, it's the filly. It's winning colors. Going down in front, they come in the Derby. And here's the winner. It's Thunder Goat. And Sunday Silence holds on. Alex Sheba wins the world's richest horse race, and he's now the world's richest horse.
Well, the first two races in the Jockey Challenge have been run. The horses and riders getting ready for race 3. Let's go to Kenny Rice to get up to date.
Thanks, Sandra. A reminder, Gary Stevens won the inaugural event 2 years ago with 2 third-place finishes and a second-place finish. And, of course, Shane Sellers dominated last year with 3 victories. Let's take a look at the field for the first race here, our 12 NTRA All-Star Jockey competitors. And Eddie Martin has a long shot in there, but Lafitte Penkai and Edgar Prado from 3 and 4, both with their A horses in this. Looking at the rest for this mile and the 16th event on the turf, Robbie Alvarado with the long shot. Pat Day is in there with the C horse, as is Chris McCarron. Chris Antley with the B horse. Rounding out the field, Alex Solis has an A horse in Daggett Peak. Jerry Bailey with his D horse's long shot. Ken DeSormo a B horse, and Shane Sellers a long shot. That's the way it looks for our first race tonight, and it looks like this. Keep an eye on number 9. Coming out is Daggett Peak, and he unseats Alex Solis. Solis goes down. His A horse, though, Daggett Peak, is leading coming down the stretch. Of course, he cannot win the race, but there's Lafitte Penkai pulling away from the field. It is Lafitte Penkai moving closer to Shoemaker and picking up 12 points in our first race tonight in this NTRA All-Star Jockey Championship. There's a look at Penkai, who has the 12 points. Chris Antley is second. Edgar Prado finishes third. And Alex Solis is all right and still riding.
Alex, how you feeling? You all right? You okay? Yeah, okay. What happened on the fall? Just got hit from behind, that's all.
The cheers were many when Alex Solis got right back up and came out. Now let's take a look at race number 2. It is 1 mile. The long shot is Lafitte Penkai. Shane Sellers has his A horse in here at even money. Looking at the rest of the field in this one, also with A horses in this field, Robbie Alvarado and Jerry Bailey. And now, with the call of the second race tonight, here's the voice of Lone Star Park, John Dooley.
And Corey Lannery rides for Lone Star, the white cap 5 wide as they arrive at the top of the stretch. And it's Shane Sellers, the 98 champion, hits the lead as they hit the 8th pole. Shane Sellers in front by 4 to Edgar Prado. Eddie Martin Jr. is now showing up down inside. Dropping back for the final 16th now is Lafitte Penkai Jr. But Shane Sellers, will it be a repeat in 99? Shane Sellers, 12 points for the win.
The defending champ comes back strong in the second race with lightning ball. Shane Sellers picking up 12 points. Eddie Martin Jr. and Corey Lannery, a couple of the local guys, finishing second and third in that. And now, after the first 2 races, we're at the halfway point of the championship night. And with the lead, Shane Sellers and Lafitte Penkai, based on their 2 wins, Edgar Prado, Corey Lannery, Chris Antley, and Eddie Martin Jr. all in the hunt. So 6 of the 12 All-Star jockeys tonight have already picked up points. But a reminder, you know, whoever wins this next race, if it's someone other than these 6, they could move right in to a tie for first place. Sandra?
Well, anything can happen because it's a full moon tonight. A victory each for Lafitte Penkai Jr. and Shane Sellers. 2 more races to go to complete the All-Star Championship, the 3rd edition from Lone Star Park. Welcome back to the NTRA All-Star Jockey Championship, the third edition here at Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie, Texas. Well, Chris Antley is certainly the sports comeback story of the year. In December, he couldn't ride. He was 40 pounds overweight and battling depression, but he came back in triumph, winning the first two legs of the Triple Crown.
You know, I know just after the Belmont, I received 4,800 emails. That was a lot of emails, and whatever inspiration they got through that ride with Charismatic, I got 10 times that from the general American public. That was an inspiration to me every day reading them. And by the way, anybody out there, if I haven't gotten back to you, I will. I'm just a little caught up.
Of course, Charismatic suffered a career-ending injury in the Belmont Stakes, but in part, thanks to Antley's compassion after that race, he's going to be okay. I talked to Wayne Lucas's assistant at Belmont Park this morning. The horse has had surgery on his leg, but he's resting well. 2 or 3 months of stall rest, and that's about it. And very happy horse, and that's what we all want to hear about Charismatic.
Oh, that's fabulous news, Randy. Now, getting to the task at hand, handicapping an event like this, what happens? Does a favorite become a sure thing and a long shot a contender because of riders of this caliber?
Oh, there are no sure things when you get jockeys like this that all join together. As a matter of fact, Shane Sellers remains the only rider that's ever won more than one of these things. Let's take a look at the field for the race coming up now. This will be the third race of our series, and we've got a pretty close contest so far. You know, the unusual thing about this race is that there are 6 horses in this field that have competed in all-star jockey competition before, including the one horse, Miami Flyer, who will be ridden by Corey Landry. Miami Flyer won last year at 43-1 with Shane Sellers aboard.
And of course, this is a 6-furlong sprint for 3-year-olds and up on the dirt. It's an allowance race. What do you do here in terms of their A, B, C, D horses? How does that work?
Well, the 2 A horses in the field are the 3 Bayou Brass and the 4 Fire 'em All, and they're clearly the horses to beat. There you've got Lafitte Pinkai on Knox City. Should show early speed in this race, and Pinkai, of course, has already got a win, and there's Shane Sellers on a 20-1 shot, even though his horse is rated as only a B.
Shane Sellers certainly has a lucky charm. He loves this competition. And speaking of that, Shane Sellers, you are the defending champion. You own this competition, winning 4 out of 6 races. What's your secret?
Well, I think I just drew very well. I've been lucky on the draw.
Now, Shane is in this particular race. Tell us a little bit about your strategy here on this horse. You got an outside post position. How are you going to try to overcome that?
Well, the trainer told me that he's been having trouble with his horse breaking, and he's really confident in his colt. He said he can really run. He just, the last 3 or 4 times, he wasn't breaking very well. So, you know, main thing is if I could get him away from there good and get in contention somewhere, he said he could run him down. So we're just hoping to get him away from there, get him in contention, and maybe pick up some points, if not all of it.
Well, good luck to you. Let's go to Pat Day now. Pat, a couple of years ago, you won one of these races here with the big long shot. You were celebrating like you just won the Kentucky Derby. A lot of people might be watching this and wondering, why so much enthusiasm?
Well, it's just a great time. It's a great event. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, and, you know, it's a lot of fun, but it's fun to win also.
Pat, you're the leading rider at Churchill Downs. You're 45 years of age. You look at Lafitte Pinkai, who's riding with you today. He's 52 and going strong. The shoe won the Derby at 54. Where will you be in 10 years?
Lord only knows.
Do you hope to be riding?
Well, I'm going to leave that in the Lord's hands. If the Lord here and continue to participate, that's where we'll be.
Good luck today, Pat.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going into the gate here. We have John Dooley in just a moment. You notice John Dooley actually calls the jockeys' names, Sandra, in these races instead of the horses' names. That's a little bit of a twist, but it really adds to the enthusiasm for this event.
Well, that happens once in a lifetime. I don't know if it's easier or more difficult for the track announcer.
Probably makes it a little easier for him in this spot since he didn't have to worry about the horses. Let's go to John Dooley.
Well, easier for you to say, Randy. Certainly that idea born back in '97 for the first All-Star Championship. We thought it would be an extra way to make this unique event even more special, and so has been the case as we come up to the third leg here of the NTRA All-Star Jockey Championship.
All right, Dad.
Waiting for the final couple of All-Stars,
A bad break.
Robbie Alvarado and Shane Sellers, the defending champion, already 1 win under his belt tonight, and hoping for 12 more points in this KTVT All-Star Jockey Sprint. Shane Sellers to complete the field. They're all in line. And they're off. sharp break for Lafitte Pinkai Jr. Kent DeSormo wants the lead, and Edgar Prado is also going to the offensive as they head up the backstretch. And here comes Edgar Prado. Edgar Prado riding out there like he's double parked, getting in front of Kent DeSormo. Eddie Martin Jr. in the black cap is now running 3 wide, and farther out is Robbie Alvarado up close to this pace, running in 4th. Ogafo 3 more lengths back then to Pat Day. Pat Day in a great striking spot there in 5th, followed by Lafitte Pinkai Jr. in 6th. Jerry Bailey is making strides toward the lead down inside. Jerry Bailey is gaining ground in company with Pat Day. Lafitte Pinkai Jr. is now in a solid drive to catch the others. Chris McCarron still 9 lengths from the front runners. After that comes Shane Sellers trying to get some points here. A break of 5 more back then for Corey Lannery, who's well back, along with Alex Solis. And Chris Hanley has his back up against the wall, and they're into the stretch. And this one's wide open. Robbie Alvarado's just in front. Now here comes Pat Day down toward the inside. Running in 3rd is Eddie Martin Jr. Far outside, gaining ground is Jerry Bailey. They're coming down to the line. Down to Jerry Bailey and Pat Day. Pat Day and Jerry Bailey. Pat Day. Pat's trying to turn this night into day. Pat Day to defeat Jerry Bailey in a good one. After that, Chris McCarron and Lafitte Pinkai Jr. also in there for some points.
Well, John, it doesn't get more exciting than that. Jerry Bailey, Pat Day, the leading riders on the planet in a duel right at the wire. But patient Pat Day ends up winning this one, Randy.
We've seen Pat do that a lot of different times. I tell you, that's what a jockey championship race is all about. You get all these guys coming down to the wire like that. That was so dramatic, and just in the last jump, Pat gets up to win. Okay, let's take it to the replay now. Pat coming down the stretch here aboard the winner here, and the favorite in this race, Bayou Brass, went off actually at 2-1 in the program line. Pat, we've seen you do that 100 million times, it seems like, up in the last jump every time. Didn't think you were going to get there for a while, though. What'd you think?
Well, I wasn't sure. We come off the corner. That horse on the inside of us kind of got the jump. I tried to ride and hold him in there. I wasn't able to do that. But when my horse switched over to his right leg, took him a few strides, and then he got it together and, excuse me, come home real hard.
Let's put you right back in the thick of the competition now with 12 points. You're tied with Pinkai. You're tied with Shane Sellers. What do you guys talk about now when you go back to the jocks room?
You know what? We've been so busy signing autographs and talking, we haven't really talked about the competition. It's just been great fun, and I just praise God for the opportunity to be here and participate in this great event. I want to thank Corey Johnson, Chick Lang, and Lone Star, Jockeys Guild, everybody involved. I just can't tell you enough about how much fun this is to be here.
Well, you're right in the thick of the competition now, Pat. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So a 3-way tie for first in the All-Star Jockey Championship, but we have one more race to go in deciding the best of the best in the NTRA All-Star Jockey Championship on ESPN2.